Footage has emerged allegedly showing an Israeli security official shooting dead a Palestinian man while he lay still on the ground. In the video released by an Israeli news site, a person tells an officer to shoot the man in the head. Another person yells, he's on the ground, don't shoot, before a gunshot sounds. The Palestinian man was suspected of killing an American tourist and stabbing several others in Tel Aviv on Tuesday. Well, Micky Rosenfeld is a chief inspector with the Israeli police and also a foreign press spokesman for the force. He joins us live now from West Jerusalem. Mr. Rosenfeld, thank you for joining us here on Al Jazeera. First of all, you've seen the video. Your official reaction to it?
Well, that incident is being looked into, but what we know, what took place prior to that incident, we're talking about a Palestinian man, a terrorist who had already stabbed, in fact, 9 people near the Jaffa area, including one American man who was in fact murdered by that same terrorist. But what we can confirm is that there was an immediate danger. The terrorist himself was spotted with a knife, and what took place is that the officers who had chased that suspect had shot and had killed that suspect at the scene. What is being looked at obviously at the moment is the footage of that video. It's being looked at by the Ministry of Justice in order to understand what happened immediately after the terrorist was shot. And obviously, we're going to wait and see what the indications and the final results of that incident are.
I mean, you mentioned that this man was a threat. One of the voices that we hear in the video, and again, it's difficult for us to know exactly who's saying it. One of the voices says, he's on the ground, don't shoot. But you mentioned that you're going to look into it. What does that actually mean? Because I have read from the Ynet website that the PIID, that's the Police Internal Investigations Department, has told Ynet that there will not be a full investigation. So what exactly do you mean by looking into the incident?
Now, at the moment, the footage that we've seen and the footage that your viewers have seen has been transferred to the Ministry of Justice to be looked into. That's a standard procedure in any type of terrorist incident where our police officers open fire. But you have to understand, our police officers are under life-threatening situations. We had a number of people that were stabbed, including the American tourist who was killed already at the scene. They're life-threatening situations to many people around that area. And our police officers have to respond. And when we can make arrests, we make arrests. In many situations, when we can't make arrests because there's still danger to people around, our officers have no choice but to open fire and therefore shoot the suspects and then make arrests. But in that specific case, the terrorist was shot and killed, and our security is continuing. We've seen a wave of attacks over the last 48 hours, where we've had more than 5 attacks across Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, as well as the Jaffa area. So our priority is to continue to prevent terrorist attacks, and when there are attacks, respond as quickly as possible, according to the exact response that should be by all of our police officers.
Okay. So, I mean, as you mentioned, whenever there is a shooting, there is what you call a routine check. So what I'm asking you is, seeing as this video has come out, are you doing anything that is more than a routine check right now because of this video? I mean, surely because of the existence of the video, this isn't just a routine shooting.
As far as we're concerned, each incident and each terrorist attack is different. Our officers have to respond. Our officers have to make sure there is no further danger. We know that there's social media. We know that there's footage that is put out. The Israeli National Police and the spokesman's unit, we put out as many videos and as much information as we have in order to make sure that the public understand and know what dangers there are, and they see the full footage of the videos and what takes place when our police officers have to respond and the way they respond. At the same time, the Ministry of Justice is looking at that specific video in order to examine what took place at that specific attack.
Just on a final point, let me put something to you that was put on our air about an hour ago by Hussam Zumlot, who's a senior Fatah official. He says that this incident is just an example of Israel's doctrine of excessive use of force. Yet another example of Israel's disproportionate response when Palestinians are involved. Again, your response to that?
Absolutely incorrect, absolutely inaccurate. I can tell you that the Israeli National Police are responsible for saving lives and saving innocent people that are walking through the streets who are being stabbed by Palestinian terrorists who are focusing, getting up in the morning, lone wolves, lone individuals and lone terrorists who are stabbing and looking to kill Israelis and our police officers who are on the front lines. That is something that is unacceptable, and therefore there has to be a fast and rapid response by our police officers. Of course it's proportional. If there are attacks anywhere across Europe, if there would be attacks in the United States, in public areas, in main cities, you'd expect from every police officer to react and respond exactly in the same way. And therefore our police officers are responsible, but at the same time, of course, all incidents are looked into, all incidents are examined as well.
And we will certainly look forward to hearing what the results are from your initial investigation into this incident. For the moment, Micky Rosenfeld, Chief Inspector with the Israeli Police. Sir, thank you.